Do you speak any English?
You're referring to many of us Caucasians as Englishmen. I've been here for 200 years, I'm an Australian, so I'm not an Englishman. That's just one other point there.
So English is my mother tongue. So I'm a brown Englishman. So from that point of view, when I said Englishman, English-speaking people, whether you are American, I say you are an Englishman, English-speaking person. From the language point of view, I'm describing the people, Englishman.
I guess that if you're saying that you're an Englishman, then I must be.
No, I'm a brown Englishman. Brown. And you people taught me English. You people taught me English.
When we look at Jesus in the Quran, we see that it's not a picture of Tawheed. And so we see that Jesus creates in exactly the same way that Allah creates. Look at Surah 3 verse 49 there. I, Jesus, have come to you with a sign from your Lord. I create for you out of clay the likeness of a bird, then I breathe into it, and it will be a bird by the leave of God. Now the Tawheed of attributes says that we have the same attributes as God in name alone, but that God has a different type of attribute to us. But what we see Jesus doing here is exactly what God did when he created Adam. God made Adam from the dust of the earth, he breathed into him the breath of life, and Adam became alive. And Jesus does exactly the same thing. Now this story comes from a book called Thomas, and it's a story about the Trinity and how Jesus is fully God. And so it has Jesus creating the way that Allah creates. Now, you may say, well, Jesus only does this by God's permission, but that doesn't actually solve the problem for the Muslim, because creating is a unique attribute that defines God. It's a unique attribute that defines God. And when Jesus does what only defines God, well, then that's putting Jesus into the category of God in some way. It's certainly not Tawheed of attributes.
Islam deifies Jesus without even realizing it. Jesus goes on to create life in exactly the same way Allah creates life. Allah fashions a man out of clay and then breathes his spirit into it. What does Jesus do? He fashions a clay bird and then breathes his spirit into it, and this gives life. Jesus is co-creator.
This is the type of sickness. You see, they have developed a sickness.
Jesus creates in exactly the same way that Allah creates.
Tell me one scholar in the history of Islam who said that. This is a lie. This is a lie. This is a lie. Say that one more time. One more time.
I want to know whether you understand English.
Say that one more time.
By God's permission.
One more time.
By God's permission.
One more time.
And it will be a bird by the leave of God.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
No, no, no.
Now, you may say, well, Jesus only does this by God's permission, but that doesn't actually solve the problem for the Muslim, because creating is a unique attribute that defines God.
The Lord of hosts
will do battle for us. Behold his mighty hand.
فأوحينا إلى موسى أن اضرب بعصاك البحر فانفلق فكان كل فرق كالطود العظيم.
Behold his mighty hand.
One more time.
The Lord of hosts will do battle for us.
One more time.
Behold his mighty hand.
Say that one more time.
See, man, see. Can't you see?
One more time. Okay.
Jesus creates in exactly the same way that Allah creates.
Jesus is co-creator.
A gross mistranslation and misunderstanding of the Quran by Christian apologists. We need to stop misinterpreting or saying things about the Quran that's not true to justify, try to authenticate the Bible.
This is what happens. Allah describes it to us in the Holy Quran. بَلْ نَقْذِفُ بِالْحَقِّ عَلَى الْبَاطِلِ. When truth is hurled against falsehood, it knocks out its brains. It knocks out its brains.
Cowabunga.
ورسولا إلى بني إسرائيل أني قد جئتكم بآية من ربكم أني أخلق لكم من الطين كهيئة الطير فأنفخ فيه فيكون طيرا بإذن الله وأبرئ الأكمه والأبرص وأحيي الموتى بإذن الله وأنبئكم بما تأكلون وما تدخرون في بيوتكم إن في ذلك لآية لكم إن كنتم مؤمنين.
Do you understand the words that are coming out from my mouth? Don't nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, man.